on, pushing to my own song. But you came, you made me see the weight I put on me.
Welcome back, everyone, to the VCT Game Changers Academy. I'm Ash, and on the desk with me we have Tala. How are you feeling about that last map?
It was really down to the wire. I think it came down to basically a hero play from Leah to close out that last map and able to have the trigger discipline, the target selection onto those three players sitting on bridge and then finally turning for that last kill. But even then, 1v3 situation for Clutch, I'm not sure if she could have done it. But now we're going on to Icebox, and Icebox is a map where we've seen Solaire struggle a little bit.
We have seen them struggle previously, but at the same time, they did manage to take Icebox 13-9. So that was a little bit of the closer matchup between them and Skill Issue down in the top 16, but still able to win it out regardless. But this is also NMG Celeste map pick this time around, and Solaire electing to start on the defense.
Starting on the defense, I mean, it's always about getting a lead on the defense for Icebox, right? Because you do have so much control over the map right at the beginning of the round, much more than those attackers do, who really have just like, I mean, it looks like a New York apartment, how much they have when they start that round. So, I mean, I think starting on the defense really allows you to gain control of the map, and I think map control is something that Solaire really puts emphasis on.
Well, that is something that we did see over on Breeze, right? So looking forward to seeing if Solaire does pull out something similar here on Icebox, like you were mentioning and whatnot. On Breeze, they really favor that, I think, B-side and mid control. Icebox, though, a little bit more difficult to take mid control as a defender at the very least, but we are just about to head over into Agent Select, so we won't keep you guys waiting too much longer once we find out what these rosters will be picking up.
Well, now we're looking at Chai, once again, Signature Viper. It's the same team comp as from Breeze. But on the other side, are they going to go for the mirror matchup? No, well, we know no, because Scene already locked in the Jet as their duelist. But are they going to go for a Chamber here? Perhaps a Sage as their Sentinel?
We'll see. I like... The thing is, okay, well, I know that Akame's not going to pick the Sage. Already, I say that just as soon as she does hover the Chamber. Akame, like, known to be specifically a Chamber player for NMG Celeste, but considering the fact that neither team has a Sage, I feel like the pros and cons of Sage, they also come out really strongly when there's another Sage on the other side, right? So the big factor here is that I feel like not a lot of teams have experience playing up against Neons specifically on Icebox, so Hyper's once again kind of leaning more into that meta in the open scene on a map that you don't normally see this agent on as much as well. Could again be a cause for so much discord. We saw how good they were with that high gear, with the slide onto site, somehow nearly every single time securing a kill right up in your face because of the movement alone.
Yeah, that movement was really crazy when you're having to clear these close angles as well, and just going to be able to track when there's a little bit of that dip in height as well is pretty difficult for NMG Celeste against Hypers here. But I think the last time that we saw Icebox, Hypers didn't really perform as well as they did on maps like Breeze, and when it comes to maps like Icebox, you really have to rely on Taro to be that tip of the spear, because she was able to find tons of value with the anchoring and the rendezvous and the operator on this Icebox map.
To kick things off, you got that default poison orb being thrown by the side of NMG Celeste, blocks out any information there for the defenders towards top mid. And you can see Akame already creeping up here to Tube. There is the trademark watching, and look at the way that you can see the ebb and flow already being played here by Solaire. You have a bit more aggression being taken over on the B side, leaving the players on A, playing a little bit farther back for the retake.
Now it's a dash on into that A site. The spike is soon to follow. Not sure what kind of plant they're going for. It's actually on the top here. So a little bit of damage was taken as well by GG as that plant went down, and that recon bolt actually pings out 2 players that are just sitting inside maze. 5v5 on the retake. Some of the players of NMG Celeste getting real low, and Shy is going to finish one off. Scene going down. Unfortunately, the toxic screen will not last. So Akame is able to find one, but Shy right from underneath. Diffuse goes out almost immediately after it was planted. I feel like that was a pretty snappy retake from Solaire for the first round.
Yeah, they definitely moved with some quick tempo on that retake there, right? Looking to just overwhelm NMG Celeste. Again, you had players just posted up for the retake situation. It's not like Solaire rotated off of A or anything like that. Just buy a little bit of time, call for the rotations to come through, and overwhelm the attacking side so that they can't actually set up in the prime post-plant positioning. And now we're going to see on the side of NMG Celeste, maybe looking just for a straightforward mid blitz on their eco.
Revealing area.
They're using that 0 point pretty early to spot Boiler, but it doesn't seem like anyone has been pinged out by that 0 point. So instead, GG using the Owl drone to try and spot out if there's someone sitting on top of those boxes in the main. Instead, going under Tube. Leah now knowing that there are 4 in mid. Oh, a peek out from Teddy is Fluffy to finally shut down the KO and possibly pick up the Spectre as well. Last player standing is going to be GG though. No capitalization off the kitchen kill. GG, however, still going to be able to take down Habibi with the Guardian. And now possibly a free gun recovered? No. 1 HP on GG. And it's a 1v3 situation. Enough economic damage has been done, I would say, by this team. But maybe even one more pick with Taro being solo.
Just playing contact for now. Unlikely that GG is able to secure another pick here. Yeah, Tara watching that cross, able to take her down. But like you mentioned, at least getting 2 plus the damage on Taro there in a bonus or in an eco round is really nice regardless. So Solaire not having as strong of a buy here going into the bonus. Chai still able to carry the Vandal over though, and with the guns that Solaire elected to go with on their bonus too, it gives them just a much stronger chance at contesting these rifles at long range, especially here towards B long, where you are going to see one posted up here, Taro with the Bulldog, just waiting for the bait that their teammate is giving them.
Scene looking to go onto those top angles. Oh, Taro wasn't spotted out, but it's just a quick rendezvous out after getting a bit of damage onto them. A high flash drive. Taro gets pinged, and through the boxes, down she goes, and the fragment nade delays the plant. But I mean, that was such an awkward fight on Taro, and she's eventually going to fall. Now looking towards back, Snowman Solaire with a really scrappy buy, already taking down 2 players. They're going to be able to pick up some guns as well. Akame though gets the better of Habibi, and it's all left up to Leah. The Bulldog finds 2. There's no way. And now Spike in the control of this KO. Akame coming through from the back of Snowman.
This is so nice.
Looking to the wrong angle. Leah peeks out though. Now they know exactly where she is, and Akame is going to be quicker to the trigger. And that was so close. So 1 Vandal recovered, 1 Vandal retrieved, and the rest of the team, do they have enough? I saw a stinger.
Really nice bonus impact kills come out from Leia just to whittle down this economy. Now Solaire able to afford that full buy through and through, pushing 3 of the players on NMG Celeste onto Bulldogs. And we do have an ultimate available here for both sides. Leia will have that null command ready and available. Might see it popped right off the bat for a full stall towards the A side. Alternatively, could be saved for the retake.
Hypers, though. This is such an aggressive play. And there's backup as well. There's a flash drive that could come from this KO. Leah decides to go ahead, pop that null command, damage onto both of the defenders, and they just retreat with the help of the fast lane. But I feel like that's just not worth the null command. I feel like it just, there's no capitalization there, just a bit of damage onto the Jet player. But other than that, you don't confirm a kill, you take a bit of control, you force a rotation out, but there's not really a good setup here on B for that to be worth it either.
Welcome to my world.
30 seconds left.
Toxins going up.
Yeah, Teddy is Fluffy now in a really good position under Nest. Chai, though, finding the first, can deny the plant as well. The time is so low. Teddy is Fluffy is going to be able to protect Gigi, and at least that spike goes down. But now on the way out, some pot shots from Hypers. Now it's all left up to 11 HP. Solaire take a third round once they get their buyout.
Ooh. Fortunately, Tala, I think just to give you guys context in the audience right now, I was muted in that round, so Tala heard everything, responded like they heard everything. Unfortunately, you guys did not hear the breakdown. I promise you that it wasn't just awkward silence on our end, but NMG Celeste now pushed onto an eco. GG with the Hunter's Fury. Unlikely to see that come out unless NMG Celeste can glean an early first blood.
NMG only with the pistols and singular Spectre, and they don't have the eco ultimates up either. With both the Jet and Chamber, it should be a lot easier on eco rounds, but the frags just haven't been swinging in their direction and they haven't been able to pick them up. But now it seems like they're just giving this A site completely for free on an eco. This seems like a very risky play, but now the plant going down because of that. Akame has a tour de force, and they didn't really pay too much attention to that ultimate economy, so now a powerful gun has been given over to the enemy side, but now they're going to try and use this Viper's Pit to re-aggress inside. Patero is looking from screens with the backup from Leah. Habibi, though, is going to be the first to find a pick. Chai still looking for someone, but doesn't see much until Teddy decides to try and go up onto those ropes. Now it's on Gigi. Looking in May's clutch. Okay. Swinging out from just that little position from under rafters. And being able to find a pick. But still, with this Viper's Pit, it's really going to be hard for them to aggress here. With only 30 seconds left, there's also no time for rotate.
No, plus you've got Hypers already pushed up towards the mid, right? So Kame able to secure one pick, but the push straight out from the Viper's Pit here from Chai can earn them 4 eco frags here for the 4th round on the board for Solaire. But that's why we saw the posturing so heavily towards A. Presence shown early, Hypers there pushed out deep mid, has the information to call if they were going for a rotation, but Solaire, they knew that they could just hold steady there on site because NMG Celeste wasn't going anywhere.
NMG Celeste now with 2 ultimates. They popped that popped the tour de force immediately in order to try and equalize the round, but there just wasn't enough support from the rest of the team to be able to push that play through. And now Solaire, they have the tour de force of their own. Taro in a nice position, top of the tube, but Hypers also trying to play aggressive, unfortunately gets sniffed out and unable to destroy the recon dart before they have to back off. So now they know that there's two people just posted up in B main and instead are headed towards A.
Spike retrieved. And no toxic screen invested yet. But with the mid positioning to come out of NMG Celeste, still in a prime position to throw that screen up towards the A site once the team calls for it. But it looks like NMG looking to play contact for now.
Scanning ahead.
They're using the Viper's toxic screen from mid, actually, and that's so interesting. It's also used the null command to force them off the site, but they have to be careful of this late lurk. They should know because of where that toxic screen was placed from. Teddy is fluffy, misses that first shot, but is able to confirm the kill. Chai, however, is trading it right back to the players on site, and Hypers! What was that flank? Where did that come from? And now Teddy is fluffy, not in position. Oh, Darrow!
Okay.
First shot missed, but second shot redemption on a jumping target. Not bad at all.
5-1 here. We were talking about how you mentioned, Tala, that Solaire was struggling a little bit on Icebox. It looks like they've patched up a few of those holes, and now NMG Celeste pushed onto another eco round. That's the difficulty of these heavily one-sided beginnings of halves, right? You get stuck in that back and forth economy and whatnot if you are on the losing side of it.
Let's go.
Quite true, but Solaire was also 5-1, and they were the ones with only one round the last time they played this map, so it's highly possible NMG Celeste bring this one back. But now with only a Sheriff, I'm not sure how much can be done in this round. They're using a lot of utility to get themselves onto the B site for a fast take and safe plant here. Chai right behind, pushing on through after the Viper's pick goes up and just destroys that spike planter, but Chai too aggressive with no backup. Unfortunately, Akame gets a free gun in the hands. The fragment nade and the flash drives all going out. Leah knows there's someone there, but now has to drop into the Viper's pit once again, and does so fearlessly. Teddy is fluffy, sitting in a corner of the site, and Clutch is in an unexpected position, but Leah once again is going to find another pick. Now Teddy is fluffy. Viper's pit has been deactivated, but still able to lurk around pretty effectively to pick up another kill. This is such a good eco for NMG Celeste so far.
Really nice is about to come through here. Yeah, Tara to just shut things down with the operator. 6-1 here for Solaire. But, Leia did so much work in that retake situation, just finding those openings there when NMG Celeste did have the Viper's pit popped and just running down the time. So much pressure over towards the B site. It didn't even allow Celeste to even attempt to initiate that spike.
Right here.
And this next round here, Tal, is going to be a really important one for NMG Celeste to secure because, again, it's another buy, and after this, they'll be forced onto yet again another eco if they can't secure this round.
Recon Bolt doesn't spot out anyone, but Chai does himself get spotted out by the 0 point as well as the Recon. So they think that this Viper is probably going to be alone onto the site. This is a nice wall though, forcing them to go through it multiple times in order to try and get themselves in, and it just blocks off so many angles for them that they find it's not worth it. They go back towards mid where Habibti is going to be watching. No, oh. Teddy is fluffy. It was a good idea there. Clearing out mid, allowing for the safe passage for the teammates. Now on to the A site where Akame is already waiting.
Based on the Bloom and Sparks, I think did secure the headshot, but with it being a wall bang, just dealing essentially null damage. And Toxic Scream come out late. Oh no, no. Tara's in a very one and done angle here. At the very least does have the rendezvous out. Can't secure the kill though, and now it's going to be a 5v5 situation. And NMG Celeste, again, running it down this clock makes it very difficult to posture up for any post-plant situation.
Chai swings wide. Hypers takes out the overdrive at just the wrong moment. Now 1v3 situation, NMG. They might be able to break the loss streak. Chai doesn't even check the high angle before Akame takes them down. And now NMG Celeste, they finally seem to be getting themselves a single round. But it wasn't even off the back of any ultimates. They just had some really good rotations and were able to clear their angles very effectively. Also had a really good read on the flank as well. So them being able to recognize when someone is coming in behind them for a pinch makes it a lot easier to hold their post plants.
It's a really nice read too, considering the fact that I think Solaire's conditioned that as well with the prior rounds. So just being poised and ready, adapting the post plant situation, and Hyper's again getting aggressive,
No
but
way.
the angle at which NMG Celeste is just holding it back for that belt push. It's one of those like little glitchy, like not an actual glitch, but like the little headshot angle kind of vibe. It's so much more difficult to see the ones that are actually trying to shoot towards you. And now NMG Celeste with that opening, looking to posture up towards mid here, and Solaire getting aggressive, pushing up once again.
Oh. Ooh, that's a lot of damage done on the player's mid at the very least. To dink through the boxes. And Chai actually able to find a bit more, confirming a kill onto Clutch, even though only 5 HP left over on the Viper. Viper's Pit still available as well, and using the null command to delay the push onto this site. There's a snake bites onto the default plant spot as well, and Leah is able to capitalize off of that vulnerability status. Teddy is fluffy, now tucked into the corner of below nest. Oh, that's a little toxic. The shock darts do a little bit of damage, and Habibi just finishes off with the Vandal. And now 1v2 situation still, though. Akame coming through on the flank. Habibi knows that they are there. And now going to peek right on through. Still, the late lurk from Akame through kitchen all the way into their spawn does them wonders here.
Attacking side operator into the hands of Akame. And I mean, I still want to go back to that last round. I also want to touch on the leaderboard in general, which is not something I do very frequently, but Chai 14-5 right now on the Viper. They've been so good, not only on this map, but also on the last one, for just capitalizing kills off of their utility. Really just catching you off guard. I don't think anyone ever expects Chai when they do push out of their own smokes, but as I say that, they will be expecting her here towards B long. Considering the 0 point will gather a little bit of information.
Teddy is fluffy, just methodically taking apart this push towards A main. Once again, so much aggression. They're going to spot out that trademark. They're just going to wrap all the way around through mid while Taro waits for someone to peek her back in A main. Chai has gone down. It's all left up to this. The hero rifle, the phantom. Taro not been given the chance to shine so much on this map just yet. We maybe can do it this time. No, it's a flawless for NMG Celeste.
4-6 and 2 more rounds left in the half. We did end it out on Breeze 6-6, so NMG Celeste do have the opportunity to bring it back a little bit here, but because NMG Celeste have secured that last 3 rounds and whatnot, look at their economy. Their money is doing great. Solaire in this awkward position where they might be facing this next round on, you know, a buy up with whatever you can under the kitchen sink kind of vibe. But otherwise, it's going to be a pretty important one for them to secure to maintain any sort of lead before you do swap sides. And Viper's Pit popped early on here on the side of Solaire towards A. You can see the rotation already being quickly called. And this is going to deny Akame actually the ability to take some space, being tagged out by that suppress, not going to be able to put down those rendezvous.
And they're just running it onto this B site to get that plant down. Taro not doing anything to stop it just yet, waiting out the null command and waiting for backup from the rest of the team. Now 5v5 on the retake. Viper's Pit going down. And they're trying to use this fragment nade to clear out some sites, but they actually have the fast lane to be able to make a little bit of space and isolate, but it doesn't do much. Scene finds Sue, and now It's just a left up to 1. Only 2 kills secured before NMG Celeste take
round
this
before
one
the switch.
away once again. And now 6-5. Solaire don't have as much money to buy back in. And it's last round and a half as well, with only 1 ultimate on the board. NMG Celeste have 3.
So much chaos to occur there on B, and it's tough too because that's on the side of, I believe, Chai. No. We swap sides. I'm crazy. Teddy is Fluffy. Use that toxic screen over on the A side. Unfortunately, did not have it available for that retake. But as we head into this next round, we have not swapped sides. I truly, you know what, Tala? Consider me a newborn baby today.
Uh-huh.
I have no short-term memory, clearly.
Well,
Welcome to
now
my world.
short-term memory or not, we do know that they have gotten onto the site with the Viper's Pit, and Havivi unfortunately not able to secure a pick. Only a bit of damage. Gone onto Akame. Plant not stopped at all. And Solaire in a 5v5 retake once again, but this time their guns are slightly lesser, and Akame having the tour de force to watch the flank. It's just not gonna happen. They really love these flank plays, but it's not working out. And Taro, oh my gosh, seen with a missed right click, but it's okay. They got finished off. It's all okay. And Hypers
Not the
gets
shorty.
shortied. That is the most unfortunate way to close out this half.
Switching sides.
I also want to point out, okay, Hypers can't see what we can see, but Scene was literally right in front of them. Like, none of those bullets landed, but they were essentially smooching through the smoke there, right? I don't know if it's just me, but I was like, okay, surely one of them
Surely.
gets sprayed down.
No, if it was a Vandal, maybe, you know?
I think it was a Vandal.
Was it? I thought it was a Phantom.
I was pretty... Is the Origin Vandal? But I'm pretty sure that's the only way I am confident in this answer is recognizing which skin it was.
It's an Origin Vandal? Oh god, I thought it was a Glitch Shot Phantom. Am I trolling?
We could both be trolling. It could have been neither.
That is quite true. Maybe we should watch the VOD back.
We'll clip it later. We'll VOD review it ourselves, but...
Yeah, we'll be like, is it?
Take flight.
Opening pick, though, into the hands of NMG Celeste. Quickly traded back, though, by Taro. So equalized here, 4v4. And Solaire, really Okay, no.
Bye.
I was gonna say, I thought the fast lane on the minimap was the toxic screen at first, so I was gonna say very unconventional toxic screen to go up. Huge pop flash to go through, but regardless,
Standing.
Clutch will fall, leaving a 1v2 situation here into the hands of Teddy. There's
One enemy
VCT.
remaining. Spike
Okay.
down A.
Made it into a 1v1. I thought they were going to double swing that and possibly be able to secure the pick, but no, Teddy is alive and well. 6 bullets left in the frenzy, so honestly, one bad whiff and it could be over. But now makes a sound cue, walking towards the spike, spots out. Oh, backs up.
Right below you. Wait, they don't know. Neither of them
no,
know. What is happening?
What? Oh, wait.
That was okay. We've used the analogy ships in the night so many times already. I think during this cast, but that one was like genuinely the
Shifts in the night.
yeah, like the worst timing possible for both players to completely miss each other. I just.
Gun here. Anyone have funds?
If we had a replay op, like, we would be definitely playing that one back on loop right now. But unfortunately, don't quite have the budget for this production or have that set up quite yet. Maybe in the future, GCA will allow that to happen. But as it stands, we're just going to have to carry on here. NMG Celeste garnering a lead and carrying back on the back of that momentum from the last half.
Ooh. This is just... Scene. Wish the shot with the Marshall, unfortunately. Solaire, let's see what they can get done on the eco. It seems like they're trying to bait out a few shots on the A site. They're running a little bit more defaulty since they have that chamber lurking towards mid. Gigi is watching it though, just in case. The smoke going up. Taro now looking to go towards kitchen, but there's a trademark in there. Kind of indecisive here on this mid push, and now going to be singled out by the owl drone. Taro actually thinks past it. And there is that trademark to worry about.
Just waiting. Watching. Holding the off angle, hoping that someone might try to re-clear towards kitchen. But NMG Celeste holding steady thus far. Say that as Habuti does fall prey to that one-way situation, and
Spike
looks like
down.
Solaire is now individually
30
just
seconds
getting
left.
picked off
One
in their
enemy
eco
remaining.
round, leaving here Hypers all alone on site. Free gun versus the frenzy, but they all know where they are. There's not much Hypers can really do in that situation. A flawless round to wrap things up here for NMG Celeste, 8-6.
And Solaire, they now have the buy up. Hopefully we'll be able to close just a little bit to make this map closer and have it to a 7-8 instead. And I mean, Solaire, I feel like they do favor the attack, but they did fall apart a little bit on the pistol, and maybe it was just a little bit of an uncoordinated play, especially with the rendezvous and then just sailing right over their head with the ropes. But, oh, what is happening? What are they doing?
Oh, they know. This read from okay, but the flash is that's gonna make that a little bit riskier, but you can see also even with this toxic screen that was postured up towards the A side, Solaire really wary of any potential flank from A, despite the fact that NMG Celeste, they're all nearly pushed out towards mid, and this is gonna allow for really nice contention here on the B site. Kame to grab that piece of information, and the wall drops in the nick of time here for Scene to secure the first blood.
Oh, that was such poor timing on the toxic screen, and they need to go retrieve that spike and try and get the plant down now. They still have time to rotate potentially, since all of the players are at the NMG Celeste are already stacked up here. Hypers is also blocked off by the poison orb as well. I feel like if there is ever a call to rotate, it is now, but they're trying to bait out a peek with the sound of the plant. Vivi in a really good spot, and now being able to find one can secure the
30 seconds
second,
left.
but not the third. And now Gigi and Steen are making work with their specters. Chai unable to find the last, and
no.
Steen trying to dash in for more, but it's an eco round one by NMG Celeste. 3 in a row on their defending half.
They're just snowballing from that comeback that they managed to garner there from the first half of the map. That was now 8 rounds in a row total for NMG Celeste. Solaire took away map number 1, and Celeste, they're coming back to show why map number 2 was their map pick. Solaire now to posture outside of B main, looking to likely split towards mid. Probably going to see a bit of that lurky lurk coming out again from Chai, but as I say, that whole team's actually going to regroup. A lot of information garnered by the 0 point as well that came out from Clutch.
Seems like they're really struggling to just get the foot in the door because of how quickly NMG Celeste rotates. And I feel like instead of lurking through mid, that means that they can leave some lurks onto the site, or even just try to fake them out with a fake execute onto either A or B, and then have someone who's already waiting nearby B main to go for that plant. But right now, they have stingers, they have pistols, and they're up against an operator. Or
Oh, but both will be watching top belt right now, so actually seem to recheck. Tailwind now alive. No shots landed thus far, but Hyper's already up close and personal. 3 players will be gleaned by that recon bolt, and you can just see the elbow of Hyper's taking so much damage. And with
30
that
seconds
said,
left.
the molly to end things out, the snake bite to land here, and now Solaire,
Spike
they don't have time. They've got to commit
One
here
enemy
towards the A
remaining.
site.
And now it's a VV with no spike in the control. Couldn't commit if they wanted to.
Okay.
Ooh, nice shots though. What? The second one as well. The flicks onto Akame. Even then, 2 players left standing. Maybe nothing could have been done, but those were clean.
No cap. Habibi they've been clean with it lately. Even on Breeze, like, it's just been one taps for days. Also, Game Changers players are known for their share of shots. Like, I feel like this is a thing within the scene. They're all Deagle Demons.
It's all the aim labs.
True.
They play grid shot for 10 hours a day. It's the easiest gun to grid shot with, the sheriff. It's just facts.
Got that aim down. Got those flicks on point. Training the tracking. The flicks.
What's tracking?
True. They don't even need to track. But when it comes
Just flick.
You're right. You're right. Got that muscle memory. But with this time out, what do you feel like Solaire is talking about right now? Because they haven't been able to get anything on the attacking side thus far.
I feel like Icebox is a map that is kind of conducive to just all 5 of you going towards one site as quickly as possible and then just playing for the post plant, especially if you do have that Viper who can potentially play for lineups or just use the vulnerability and play along with the Sova for the shock darts. It's just one of those maps where it is so conducive to all 5 channeling down through one choke point, but they're leaving a lot of lurks, and the lurks are pretty ineffective as it is right now. But now it seems like a lot of them are going for this A split, already taking control all the way to spawn, just trying to run in using that. Ooh, Scene was able to find that pick, and the Viper's pit now on the site. But Teddy is fluffy, just passed by another player. And Solaire, they're trying to use so much utility, so many ultimates, and Chai, even with the timing, can't find anything. Now Hyper's alone in the Viper's pit in a 1v3 with Spike down.
Not much you can do there. An 11th round on the board for NMG Celeste. Solaire have a tall climb back to make. Likely about to see match point. Gonna be playing for that overtime with the bye. Actually, yes? Yeah, okay. Everyone's gonna play for overtime on the side of Solaire. They're not gonna risk that awkward bye up, face up against match point with a broken one. But I think another thing is the fact that Teddy Fluffy has been so potent on the defender's side. Almost always seeing that poison orb go up towards B main on that one-way angle, saving the toxic screen for any retake potential later on, has had Solaire kind of scrambling in their post plans, right? But as I say that, with that tag to come through, Akame will be aggressing here towards 2, looking for a pick with the operator. Denied though right off the bat, so that can be retaken here by Solaire, and looks like that timeout has worked wonders.
Oh, Hyper's only taking 1 shot as well from that Vandal and able to pick up a free gun for the teammate with the help of the overdrive. Now taking so much space as the spike gets planted. 4v2, might be time for Solaire to finally break that loss streak and get another round on the board, try and close that gap.
Scanning ahead.
And the flash goes out. GG does get blinded. Teddy is fluffy, spotted out by the 0 point. Now a 4v2 situation. This is trying to get them to match point, trying to get them to that sweet number 12. They use the toxic screen to block off the main push, but GG is still concussed by the relay bolts and just waiting for a good opening. Hyper's quite low, and 1 shot from Teddy is Fluffy does take them down. Now Teddy is Fluffy with the second, but still in a 2v2. It doesn't matter, the time is too low. Teddy is Fluffy, even with all the kills, don't bring a gun into the next round, and a Thrifty secured by Solaire. When they started that round with nothing, they end it with a free Vandal in the hands of Habibi.
Now allowing a full buy to come out here for Solaire, so staying alive just a little bit longer. A key round win for them as well to stave off this map point. as long as Solaire can secure post-plant positioning, Shy does have that Viper's Pit available here
There.
should the situation arise.
You want to play? Let's
NMG
play.
Celeste playing a lot farther back there towards the B side. They do have at least one posted up, and Taro just gonna pop that tool de force right off the bat, and Solaire playing quiet in the early round this time.
Very, very slow into mid. Very hesitant. L to get under tube. There's lost a lot of confidence in us now. Like they're very playing very mild, playing very far back and passively, and very slow. Just trying to be methodical.
I think what's worked out for them though is NMG Celeste. That last
Doors
round,
and
you
door
had two
admitting.
players pushing out, and Solaire was able to capitalize off that. You know, get the first blood, get the info, get the pick, and as the drone comes through, nice denial to come out from Clutch, the suppress with the no command, but it doesn't matter. Solaire, despite the slow round start, now looking to snowball over here towards the A side. But this
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Taro with the lurk through mid, and now Teddy is Fluffy on their own. Try and maybe find some economic damage onto Solaire, who has been really struggling with that ping pong economy.
just waiting.
Being watched by Taro. Yeah, it's that tour de force that's going to take Teddy is Fluffy down. With 2 ultimates left going into that next round, it's definitely not a bad one. And NMG Celeste, they're going to decide and take attack pause, try and stop Solaire from getting anywhere close to their scoreline.
What was once, I believe, hold on. What did we have it at? That was like 11-6, right? So that was previously a 5-round lead. Now whittled down to just 3. NMG Celeste also going to be on this last buy for themselves as well, right? So they will probably be able to afford a hero gun going into the next round if they don't manage to secure map point right here, but this sets the tone for the remainder of the game. If Solaire can take a 9th round, make it 9-11, likely to see them hit double digits soon after. So this is a chance that NMG Celeste really needs to take to slow down that momentum that they were building and steal it back for themselves.
To see if they're going to make any adjustment as well. They have a Kame playing towards that A site. Usually towards kitchen, actually. The trademark is going to be placed on the A site rather than in kitchen to watch out for those flanks and lurks.
Yeah,
On the other side, Solaire, they're looking towards mid again.
this is what I was about to mention too. Seeing with the Blade Storm, gonna push pretty aggressively here now towards mid. No pop flash to help out here. Clutch though, good for one pick, and Seed's just gonna clean up. Continuing to aggress, 30 HP, the updraft punished by Taro, and now Owl Drone to garner information on the last 2 players of Solaire. 3v2 situation. Spike back in hand for the attackers, and they've got avenues to work with. NMG Celeste playing very split at the moment.
Isolate a 2v1 on that B site and potentially get the spike down. Their only problem right now is the fact that Teddy isn't looking to commit. Teddy is really just going for those shoulder peeks, throwing out some jiggles to try and spot for this team. And as soon as Teddy sees someone, there's going to be that poison orb going up. There's going to be so much utility thrown at the site, and the rotations are going to come through. Habibi, though, running right through, is able to avoid the Hunter's Fury as well, but Taro is not. Now fighting for match point in a 1v2. Habibi trying to bait out peek with the spike plant. Not sure if she's going to expect them coming from mid though. Definitely does, but with the time so low, just lets the recon ping. Now they know exactly where she is. She's backed off to yellow. She now has to peek back around, and GG holding the angle before it was even tapped. They didn't even tap the spike, and BB went for that peek. And now NMG Celeste sitting on that point.
Match point.
Yeah, I mean, when you have one player with an op 2, you're going to assume the rifler is probably the one who's going to be tapping this spike, the opper just holding down the angle. So I think right there, Habibti was trying to find that early engagement, turn it into a 1v1, and then just play time at that point. But now hitting match point here, and a looming potential map number 3 in this best of 3 series here in the top 8 of the GCA playoffs for September. We've got a full A execution pending from Solaire. NMG Celeste with a big lead with a stack towards the right side of the map.
A little bit of a blitz from,
Hello?
oh, what? Well, Hyper's able to find 2 off the back of some relay bolts and the fast lane, and we saw Clutch just kind of sitting inside the relay bolts, hoping to get a pick with those taps, and it seemed to work out. NMG Celeste now into 2v3, but the spike hasn't gone down yet. There's no retake situation, and I think they're trying to debate if they want to go for the first rotate.
Oh, snuck up into Nest 2. Okay. Quick plant there on towards the default.
Spike
Now a
planted.
2v2 situation. Null command come out, but that also gives away layup location, right? So Terra with the peak, unfortunately, will fall. GG to clean up. We're going to a map number 3.
Icebox, we knew this wasn't Solaire's map pick. We knew that they struggled on the floor, and if
Defenders
NMG
win.
Celeste, as soon as they got that momentum going, they just couldn't keep on.
Yeah, I mean, just stomped out, I think, by momentum. You know, really nice comeback for Solaire, though, on the attacking side. We saw the adjustments being made, you know, looking for those early picks, waiting kind of for NMG Celeste to continue with those aggressive peaks towards mid and just punishing that to help them secure a couple more rounds on the board. But at the end of the day, NMG Celeste seemed to have taken that momentum and ran with it.
Definitely felt like the momentum was a little bit too much pressure on Solaire. Now going on to Fracture, we're going to see what both of these teams can bring after a very quick break. See you then.
I know I'm not easy. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow.